Today we're talking to Cesar Salmon, a DP that we use a lot, and we're going to find out a little bit about what his role does and why a DP is really essential for most of the shoots that we go on. Explain to me what a DP is.
It's probably the easiest way to describe it. It's the translator between the director or whoever is the creative on the shoot to get whatever's in their head to put onto screen.
For you, what has changed in the last 2 years the most, do you feel?
I think what has changed is that if you're booked for a TVC, then now you have to shoot the 30, but you also have to shoot the 60 for Instagram, and you have to shoot the 2 minutes for social. But our landscape hasn't changed. We still have to work a 10-hour, 12-hour, 14-hour day, but somehow heaps more stuff gets crammed into it. The most important thing, what a lot of people forget, is that you don't need to do 100 shots that you spend 1 minute on. If you do like 10 shots that look really beautiful, then you're never going to cut all these other shots in anyway. So sometimes people have an approach where just give me 30 different angles and we'll just cut around it. But why do you have to cut around it if you can already shoot to edit and have like the beautiful sequence that you had in mind in the first place?
How do you get into a project? Like, how do you get briefed? What's a good way of briefing a DP?
I think visuals, obviously, is the most important thing. But people sometimes have ideas in their head and they want to try something new, so they can't really express exactly what they want. And the best thing for me is then just mood clips or like paintings or anything where you can sort of feel what someone might feel when they see that image, and that's when I can decide what filters to use, what lens to use, how to frame things up,
So it doesn't have to be video, right?
That's
because
correct.
I find that sometimes it can take a lot of time, and it's sort of counterproductive trying to find a clip that's like the clip that you want to produce.
That's right. And you're being influenced by the clips that you're watching already, and all of a sudden you're making something that's already been done.
So for us, a big part of our work is capturing that emotion on screen. What do you find works best in bringing that to life in a character?
I think you have to give them time to let down their guard, because everyone walks around, everyone wants to be perceived in a certain way. People are on Facebook, on social, and they have a certain image of themselves. I just find that all these social platforms perceive people all in the same way, always happy, amazing lives, that sort of thing. But sometimes the tragedy in someone's life makes them who they are. It's the scars that make humans, right? So these are the stories that create a personality, right? So they say, better a body full of scars than a life full of fear. Mm-hmm. And it's the little imperfections of humans that make them individually who they are. And these are the little moments we try and capture. So for someone to open up, I also need to open up about myself. Mm-hmm. Right? There's no point, because then sometimes when you're with producers and they're just really trying to rush things, but they're just faces. So people don't connect with them because they're just a person in the room. So as long as you exchange experiences or open up about yourself, that you're not just a guy with a camera or not just a director or with the monitor that looks into their life. It's give and take. Mm-hmm. I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, it's a relationship of trust, isn't it?
That's right.
Like I give you something and you give something back. And do you find that always works with everyone the same way?
No. I mean, it's just every time you start again, you start from zero. So you got to figure out what are the things that make people tick, or that's where the skill lies, I guess, in a documentary cinematographer or cameraman, to know how to open yourself up and how to get it out of people. That's the same with a good interviewer, or good direction. You got to be able to read people and figure out. You got to speak their language. I think that's the most important.
Yeah, and I think that's lost on a lot of people, is that they sort of think that there's one person on set that is that magnet or that person, but actually on the shoots that we do, everyone contributes to that feeling of comfort, that building of trust between the character and the crew.
the beauty about this work is that once they get comfortable with you, they will tell you anything that they wouldn't tell anybody else. Because they feel like you're a gateway to expression.
Yeah, that's true. Do you find that there are ways that you can get people comfortable pretty quickly? Like common tips or something like that, or secrets?
They're my secrets. I just think the time. It just comes down to time. The moment people relax around you, that's when you get who they actually are. But you got to give them time to get used to you. So you got to give them time to know the director, the person behind the camera. Because what a lot of people don't understand is that you're working with someone and their agencies, you don't want that emotion. But then if you pull back, there'll be 4 other people standing behind the camera, which can be very intimidating for someone when you say, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Act normal. Don't stand like this. Don't breathe too much. Don't say too many ums. But just be normal. It's a very,
Yeah, it's sort of counterproductive
That's
in a
right.
way. You know what you know the best case scenario, but often I find like it's a real talent, both DP and director, is in knowing how to get to that perfect
That's right.
scenario, or the best side of that person. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you guys found that useful. If you've got any other questions or comments, things that we didn't cover, send it through online. Otherwise, we'll catch you later.
I don't even have a LinkedIn account.
You know what?
I don't even have a LinkedIn account.
Yes, you do have one.
Do I?
Yeah. Because I've tagged you and stuff.
Let me see.
LinkedIn?
Yeah.
don't
You do have
you
one.
Do. I think you do. I'm
Yeah.
looking right now.
Either that or I've been tagging a different cell.
Oh.